Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I am of course your host Ash Ketchum, also known as Aaron. And this is a special New York Comic Con special edition. That's right, I had to say special twice. So let's get rolling and see what's inside and let's try to catch them all on this edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. Now I know what everyone is thinking. Hey, come on, Aaron. Just get to the Funko Pops that you got at the Funko booth. Well, I could do that, or I could just tell you about my day on Friday at Comic-Con leading up to the booth, in the booth line, getting out of the booth, and everything in between. So let's say in the morning I woke up about 5 o'clock, took a ride down to the Northeast, picked up my boys, Howard and Chris. We drove all the way to New York. Not that bad of traffic. We got there about 8 o'clock. I wanted to try to get there early because I wasn't sure of the line for the New York Comic Con. I did try asking in Discord, but people were very vague about the details. So we got there, I would say, maybe around 8:30 to the New York Comic Con building, where it's at the Jivers Center. And we chilled in a line. It was pretty long. I would say there were 2 rows of, I don't know, say like 100 people in each row. So we were probably in like the 250 crowd. So we waited, and once we got in, it was crazy. There were people running up the stairs, there were people going left, there were people going right, and in my head, all I was saying was, I got an 11:30 appointment at the Funko booth, so can I find out where booth 1419 is? So we walked on the floor for a while, me and my boy Chris and Howard, and we couldn't find it. So then I was like, all right, well, let's go to the second floor. So go to the second floor, and then there's another set of stairs. So I go up the stairs, and as soon as I walk up, I see this huge Luffy and freaking getting ready to go in like second gear or some shit like that. It was sick. It was cool. He had the Going Merry that was up there. It was this huge inflatable, I should say. It was so great. You know, to my left, there was a Yu-Gi-Oh booth, and I know I was pointing to my right. On my right-hand side, there was all this Dragon Ball Z stuff from the Dragon Ball Super movie, which, you know, I wasn't a really big fan of, but I kept looking for this Funko booth, so I couldn't find it. I'll be completely honest with everybody, it really took me until I was out of the Funko booth line and then started to notice how the numbers went up and down to realize how foolish I was not to even think of that. I was just so excited, the anxiety was like, "Rrr." So I basically went and stood in the Funko line, and the gentleman told me, excuse me, you can't stand here right now. This is for the 10:30s. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to stand here. I didn't want to be a douche, and I walked that way. So I walked around maybe like once or twice, and as it got closer, like 10:30 exactly, because they let you in at 10. And it took me about 15 minutes to find the Funko exclusive booth. So I get up there, and I'm standing in line, 10:30. I tell my friends, go around, see what's out there. I'll be here. I was not expecting it all to be in this line for as long as I did. I really thought I was going to get in this line at 10:30, and I was going to be out of this line by 12:30 the latest. I had a 12:45 appointment to go see Chainsaw Man, and I really don't want to miss it. It was the first dub release, so guess what? I missed that shit. So as my friends were doing that, I was still in this Funko line, and it was pretty cool. You had a lot of various people who actually did like Funkos. I will say about like 75 to 85% were resellers. They really didn't know what the Funko Pops were. They just wanted to buy them and resell them. You had the few people who went through the line over and over again asking you whether or not you're buying everything or you can buy this or that for them. And I wasn't really feeling that stuff. I didn't want to buy anyone anything. I didn't want to be that person. So I was just chilling, having a good time. I met some people I tried to have a conversation with. They weren't really feeling it. So I was in the line by myself for a while until I met this dude. I believe his name was something, now that I can't think of it. And he does H1K collectibles. And you know what? I looked up his name just so I'd remember just for the video, and I can't remember. That's terrible. This memory of mine. So I met this gentleman. He's part of H1K Collectibles, and we started talking, and then the line started, it wasn't moving, but the conversations that we were having, we're talking about Funko Pops. His friend Jazzy has her own Instagram, and she does giveaways and things of that nature, and he's just telling me all about the stuff, and he's giving me advice. He's telling me which Funko Pops he thinks are going to be valuable, or which ones I should buy just to be safe. And it was really cool. You know, I wanted Luffy, he wanted a Luffy, there was this girl in front of me who also wanted a Luffy, and she was a huge One Piece fan, and I got talking with her. I didn't get her information, so if you do stumble upon 8 Minutes with Aaron and you know who I'm talking about, please reach out, because I would love to talk to you about a lot of things. But the thing that I wasn't pleased about was the line, which was a 5.5-hour wait for me, and the fact that nobody came up to me to ask me about my Pokeballs. Ugh. They didn't even know that these were these $19.99 Burger King collectibles. So basically I wanted some people to come on and be like, yo, Ash, what's good, man? Not a lot of people did, because I bought presents for people who acknowledged me. That's right, I brought all these Gimp men up because I'm a huge Naruto fan, and I wanted to give these out to people and be like, yo, you're part of my Kage Bunshin chain. Like, if you have one of these, we're always, you know, linked together, you know? And nobody came up to me. It was really sad, you know? I went through all this trouble, and nobody acknowledged me. And I had the cool Pokeballs, I hit Hitmonlee, I freaking had who? Oh, Poliwhirl, and here I had Magnemite, and this one we got Togepi. I mean, come on! I was Ash Ketchum. Not even Team Rocket approached me, and there was a Team Rocket! It was goofy. But you know, once we got inside and inside the Funko building, it took me about literally like 4 hours. And once we got in there, you know, they give you this nice little sheet. And inside this sheet, they have a list of the Funko Pops that are inside. And you basically mark it off. And this was one of my biggest concerns because I wasn't sure how they were actually going to go about this. And this was actually a really awesome way of doing it. You just basically check them off, and then they go through the list that you have. Some of the X's that you see on here, like you got Luffy had an X, you had the Dungeon of Dragon thing. Those were the ones that sold out by the time I got to the line at 3:30. Now, remember, like I said, I was in this line at 10:30. Like, what the I don't want to curse. But yeah, it was just nuts. But eventually I did get to the top of the line, and I did get the Funko Pops that I wanted. They sold out of Luffy, and I was going to have a fit. But by the graces of, I don't know, Ash Ketchum, this guy came from the back, and he had a Luffy. And I was like, dude, I don't care if it's damaged. Just give me that bad boy. Just give me that bad boy. So I wanted to actually give you a little bit of a treat. One of my friends, Sean, I actually got him 2 Funko Pops. I just want to show now because I'm not going to get an opportunity to show them later because I'm going to ship them out. So the first one I just want to show you that I got for him was this Green Lantern, the Jon Stewart, which is really cool because Jon Stewart, the guy who does the news, is one of our most famous Jews. And yeah, this Jon Stewart Funko can, the Green Lantern. It's a 9,500 piece count. Now we're not going to open this bad boy up. And you see it does have the official Comic-Con sticker. And then the next one we're not going to open up, even though I really wanted to, but I'm not going to do it out of respect, is the Superman Rad. And this Funko Pop looks really, really sweet. It does have the official Comic-Con logo on it. I will turn this bad boy around. You know, maybe Sean will show you it on Asylum Collectibles, and he'll do a little twirly twirl if he has one of those devices. Hopefully next time at the next Comic-Con, I will get into the Funko Party and give you more information on that. But a lot of people said it sucks, so whatever. Overall, I'm going to say that line, that got it down. But overall, getting the Funko Pops was definitely a line, boop. I don't know, I guess it's in the middle. My name is Aaron. Thank you for watching this episode of 8 Minutes with Aaron. Let me know if you were at New York Comic Con and what costume you dressed in and what Funko Pop you were excited about. I will see you later. So long.